My husband is the only source of the family, no other sources. And his in hand is, it ranges from 95 to 1L. Actually, Ankur, we have made a blunder few years back, mistake while purchasing the house. Now, at this point, we are really stuck because the inflow and the outflow exactly matching. Some months it's getting into minus because we took a car 4 years back. So right now our current situation is like around 65 to 70% going to EMIs.
मनी मैटर्स विद वारिको के इस एपिसोड में हमारे साथ हैं कोमली, जो अपने पर्सनल फाइनेंस एक्सपीरियंसेस हमारे साथ शेयर करेंगी। एंड आइए देखते हैं कि हम उनकी कैसे मदद कर सकते हैं। कोमली, वेलकम टू मनी मैटर्स। इट्स सो गुड टू हैव यू।
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure too.
लवली। तो कोमली, बिफोर वी गेट स्टार्टेड, हम जानना चाहेंगे कि आप कहाँ से हैं, आपका फैमिली बैकग्राउंड क्या है, आप क्या करती हैं। सो कैन यू टेल अ लिटिल बिट अबाउट योरसेल्फ प्लीज?
Yep, sure. As you know myself, Komali Kiran, and I'm from Hyderabad, Telangana. And coming to myself, I'm a 24/7 homemaker.
See?
And we are a family of 5, and my husband and a 5-year-old kiddo, and with my in-laws.
Wow, that is so good. What are your educational qualifications, Komali?
I'm master's in chemistry from Andhra University.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely. And how long have you been married, Komali?
It's been 7 years.
Lovely. Fantastic. God bless you all.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So, thank you again मनी मैटर्स में आने के लिए। एंड जानने की कोशिश करते हैं कि आपका पर्सनल फाइनेंस का सिचुएशन कैसा है। तो हाउ मच इज द मंथली inflow of income for your family, whether your husband's salary or any other such income sources? How much is that income?
Yeah. My husband is the only source of the family, no other sources. And his in hand is, it ranges from 95 to 1L.
So let's assume it's 95L. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, 95,000.
95.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And do you stay in your own home or a rented accommodation?
Own house.
Okay. All right. So you have your own house, which is a blessing because uska koi kharcha nahi hai. So that's good. And is conversation ke liye, Komali, when you submitted your application, Money Matters ke liye,
Yes.
what was the main objective in your mind? What did you want to accomplish or gain from this conversation?
Actually, Ankur, we have made a blunder few years back, mistake while purchasing the house, but we are left with no other option, so that we went without a single penny of zero down payment, and we have took the complete loan. Now at this point, we are really stuck because the inflow and the outflow exactly matching. And sometimes, some months, it's getting into minus because we took a car 4 years back during the COVID time because of health and etc. Taking into consideration. So we took a car, and that EMI also added. So right now, our current situation is like around 65 to 70% going to EMIs. In the remaining 30 to 35%, exactly, we have to put 15% amount for my kid education, because after all, we can give to our kids the only education, not assets and everything. So that's why we took an education in an international school. So as usual, with the name itself international, the cost also the same way. So this is the current situation. Even I have an aspiration to give my side of helping hand to my husband. So in that way, I started taking the baby steps into the stock market 3 years back. So in that way, I have accumulated some amount, and in a couple of months, as my part of help to my husband, I thought of clearing the car loan in the next couple of months, so that we will release some amount, so that now my real big question is how to, because it's a very small amount though, but I want to utilize in 100% proper way. Even
Hmm.
it is a small amount for the future, for my kids' future, whatever it is. So that is my today big question, of whether it is a question or whatever it is you take. Because I am very much welcome to take your suggestion regarding that.
Fantastic. Lovely. Thank you for being so detailed. तो your question largely is कि हमारी इनकम और हमारे एक्सपेंसेस अभी मैच हो रहे हैं, हमारे पास ज़्यादा सेविंग का पोटेंशियल नहीं है, हमें फ्यूचर की भी प्लानिंग करनी है, मे बी यू आर लुकिंग फॉर अ सेकंड चाइल्ड, हु नोज, और एनीथिंग एल्स, एंड राइट नाउ इट इज हैंड टू माउथ, जितना आता है उतना चला जाता है, तो इसके लिए कैसे प्लानिंग करें. एंड टू योर क्रेडिट, आपने कुछ कुछ पैसे जोड़ जोड़ के एक ऐसा कॉर्पस खड़ा कर लिया है जहां योर बिलीफ इज इन द नेक्स्ट कपल ऑफ मंथ्स और सो आप कार लोन तो कम से कम चुका पाएंगे, एंड देन दैट विल रिलीज अ लिटिल बिट ऑफ अमाउंट, एंड फिर शायद उसको आगे देखेंगे. तो ये सब कुछ हम अच्छे से समझने की कोशिश करेंगे थ्रू नंबर्स, कोमली, सो दैट आवर
Yes,
ऑडियंस
yeah,
ऑल्सो
definitely.
अंडरस्टैंड्स एंड यू आर मोर इम्पोर्टेंटली हेल्प्ड अ लॉट. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द फर्स्ट थिंग कि आपके महीने की घर की ईएमआई कितनी है?
It's 45K.
Okay, perfect. 45,000 is that. And आपके कार लोन की ईएमआई कितनी है?
It's 15K.
Wow. Okay, perfect. And आपके जो 5-year-old किड हैं उनके स्कूल की फीस कितनी है महीने की?
Yeah, it ranges from 13K to 15K because there's a lot of stuff coming with education, like books and whatever. Because as it's international, so there used to be a lot of occasions that day, the day. Yeah.
Perfect. So let's assume कि हम वो 13K मान के चलते हैं. And on an average, घर चलाने में ग्रोसरी, योर वेजिटेबल्स, इन सब का फूड एंड ग्रोसरी का कितना खर्चा आ जाता है?
Again, it varies from 20K to 25.
Okay.
It ranges.
Sure. So let's take 22,500. Any idea कि आपके फैमिली का ट्रैवल एक्सपेंस कितना आता है? आपके हस्बैंड का ऑफिस, does he work from office or does he work from home?
Yeah, it's
Does he
a
have to travel?
hybrid. Yeah, it's a hybrid
Okay.
model right now, Ankur. So it's okay.
Okay.
And it takes petrol expenses and our Wi-Fi, broadband, and mobile recharges, everything. It goes to around nearly 3 to 4K.
Okay, perfect. So 3,500 वो लेके चलते हैं. Perfect. And would you know, कोमली, कि आपके हस्बैंड की जो इनकम है उसमें से कितना उनका मंथली प्रोविडेंट फंड कंट्रीब्यूशन जाता है?
Unfortunately, there is no such thing in his company.
Okay, all right. So there is no provident fund, which is fine. That is okay. Any other major expense, Komali, that you can think of?
We have LIC policies. So it's just a few amount because it again yearly amount ranges to around 20,000. So we have to keep that amount to aside. And also a health insurance, of course. No, the contribution from the company is around 50% for health insurance of family members. So the remaining 50% it's we need to keep from our pocket. It's around 30,000 per annum per year.
Okay, perfect. So 30,000, and this includes your in-laws as well.
Yes, it covers entire family.
Okay, lovely, fantastic. Does your husband have life insurance?
Yes. It's a total amount, just a few amount, and then what I said earlier. So it's his LIC premium.
Okay, so that's the LIC policy that you're talking
Yeah.
about. Okay, perfect. So I'll call that life insurance. All right, let's analyze this. Okay, and then you mentioned, Komali, कि आपने अपनी मेहनत से through stock market. I'm interested to know what you did in the stock market, because that'll be very cool. So you've saved some money for the car loan. So firstly, for the home loan, how many years are left for the home loan?
It's 9 years left, Ankur.
Okay, so 9 years left. And for the car loan, if you don't pay it, how many years are left?
2 years.
2 years are left. Perfect. And how long was the loan for?
A car is for 7 years.
Okay, so 7-year loan.
And the house
and
loan
the
is
home
for
loan?
15 years. 15 years.
Oh, perfect. Lovely. Okay, wonderful. The amount that you mentioned you have saved to pay off
Yeah.
the car loan, how
Yeah.
much is that amount?
It's around 3 lakhs.
Okay, all right, lovely. Perfect. And is that almost equal to the outstanding amount of the car loan?
No, outstanding is around 6.5.
Oh, outstanding is 6.5 lakhs. This so 6.5 outstanding. Do you know how much is the outstanding for the home loan?
That's 48 lakhs.
Perfect. 48 is the outstanding. Okay. So if I add, Komali, first your monthly expenses the way that you have mentioned, it comes to approximately 99,000. My first question, ये जो आपने 3 लाख रुपए जोड़े, is there anything else in addition to this 3 lakh rupees that you have as an asset in the
Nothing.
family?
Nothing. Actually, we have immovable asset at our hometown, a small house. It's around
Okay.
60 yards, something very small.
Okay. Would you know approximately what is the value of that house?
Yeah, it's around 60 to 65 L right now.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let's assume it's 60L. Okay. And is this an ancestral house? Did you buy it or did you inherit it? How did it come about?
It's my father-in-law's hard-earned.
Is it in an area where it can be rented?
Yes, of course. Of course.
Okay. But you haven't rented it.
Yeah.
And I get the feeling you don't want to rent it as well. Is that true?
Yes, but I have a different feeling for that right now, based on our current situation.
Yeah. Correct.
My thought process is like I want that asset to liquefy and clear all the loans. So before putting this point to my in-laws, first I want to analyze whether it is a good or bad.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Give me 2 numbers, and I think this will be a clearer conversation. What is the rate of interest at which you've taken the home loan?
Right now it's 9%.
Got it. Okay. And the car loan?
Car is around 7.5%.
Okay, perfect. Cool. I have 3 things for you, Komali, from all that you have described. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. मुझे कोई expertise नहीं है, but this is me trying to place myself in your shoes. कि अगर मैं आपकी जगह पे होता, तो मैं क्या करता? But that is also my own personality, my own risk profile. So first, I heard you say this, and this would have been my first reaction. You are a master's in chemistry. You're clearly very knowledgeable, very smart. And I understand that you may have taken some time out to raise your first child, and Rudvik has enjoyed your company. लेकिन अब वो स्कूल जाना शुरू हो चुके हैं. And I really feel, if you feel so, that you should earn, not necessarily to just help your husband, but also for your own sake, because why waste a talent such beautiful as yours? So whatever is it, it doesn't need to be a corporate job. It could be you teaching kids. It could be you helping international kids with homework. It could be you picking up a hobby and trying to build it over several months, quarters, and then unlocking capital. Whatever is it that you're good at and that you would want to do. So is there any thought in your head that you want to go back to some income stream of yours?
I really interested in stock marketing. So as I said, I'm taking baby steps. So I just want to increase my pace in that. Might be I want to get more education regarding this, and I want to do some courses regarding finance also.
Brilliant. I love that. And ये मेरा पहला suggestion होगा, which it seems you are also aligned with. My second suggestion will be keep the car loan alive. It's 15,000 rupees. And उस 15,000 से आप ज़्यादा कुछ बदलेगा नहीं, but जो, because it's also 7.5% only, लेकिन जो आप उस 15,000 in a year, which is 1,80,000 and over 2 years is 3,60,000, वो जो 3,60,000 rupees आप principal EMI पे करेंगे, उसमें से ज़्यादा आपका principal ही जाएगा एंड बहुत कम अमाउंट आपका बैंक के इंटरेस्ट की तरफ जाएगा, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द लोन हैज ऑलरेडी पास्ड. So this, in my view, is a better approach towards the car loan. My third suggestion, Komali, will be you should consider selling the ancestral property that you have in your hometown. जो आपको वो 60-65 लाख रुपए, 60 to 65 lakh rupees आपको जो मिलेंगे, that is a really big and healthy sum of money. Again, उससे आप अपना होम लोन मत चुकाइएगा. Do not clear the home loan. I will give you a slightly better option to do that. क्योंकि वो अमाउंट इतना बड़ा है, एंड अगेन होम लोन आपका 9% पे ही है. अगर रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट गिरेंगे तो ये 9% भी गिरेगा, बिकॉज इट्स अ फ्लोटिंग होम लोन. You can make more than this 9% very safely and passively in the stock market by investing it in mutual funds. And you can also at the same time clear this loan much faster than the remaining 9 years. तो ये जो आपका 9 साल का लोन बचा है, ये अगर 4-5 साल में ही आप पे ऑफ कर देंगे, you will save a lot of interest, not put a lot of pressure on yourself, and also have the money that you got from selling your ancestral property go to a much bigger number during the long-term period. So here is how I would play this out. I would sell the house for 60L. There will be some capital gain tax jitna bhi aapko dena hoga, and then you'll pay that and you'll get some corpus in hand. What you will do is you will invest that corpus over 12 months in the stock market. And how will you do that? Let's say you get 50 lakhs in hand. You'll split it into two. 25 lakh रुपए आप lump sum investment करेंगे in a mutual fund. And we'll pick a safe mutual fund. Let's say a Nifty 50 mutual fund, which invests in the top 50 companies of the Indian stock market, the national stock exchange. Top 50 company, usual suspects आपके Reliance, Tata, वही सब लोग. So Nifty 50, it's a really nice mutual fund. On an average, it will give you 12 to 13% returns over a long-term period, which is brilliant because that will be like आपका safe money parked, and वो 25 लाख रुपए over a period of time for not just Rudvik but anyone else will take care of their education once they are 18. That is going to cover their entire education. बाकी के जो 25 lakhs बच जाएंगे, उसको आप 12 equal parts में बांटिएगा. So let's say 2 lakhs each. And हर महीने आप उस 2 लाख रुपए की SIP करेंगे for 1 year. वो जो SIP होगी, वो 3 mutual funds में जाएगी. 1 lakh will go in the Nifty 50 mutual fund again. 60,000 will go in some flexi cap mutual fund, which is a combination of large cap, mid cap, small cap. And 40,000 will go in a small cap mutual fund. So you will get an average of about 15 to 16% over a long term period. तो आपका पैसा ज्यादा तेजी से बढ़ेगा. And the reason why we are splitting into 12 equal installments or SIPs, क्यों? क्योंकि उस एक साल में जब भी मार्केट ऊपर नीचे जाएगी, whatever, you will average out your cost of buying. Now, what do we do about the home loan? Home loan के लिए a slightly different approach. Home loan का approach ये होगा that you will have this 45,000 rupee EMI. Your focus or objective will be कि ये 9 साल के लोन को हम 4-5 साल में ही खत्म कर दें. And the way to do that will be every year, just like आपका yearly expense होता है लाइफ इंश्योरेंस का, हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस का, वैसे ही आप एक एक्स्ट्रा EMI देंगे. So every year, at the end of the year, you will pay 45,000 rupees extra to the bank towards prepayment. And second will be, whenever your husband gets an additional income, say an increment या कुछ भी और, उस increment से आप अपने EMI को 10% से बढ़ा देंगे, विच मीन्स आपकी EMI अगर 10% से बढ़ेगी तो 45,000 का आप 49,500 हो जाएगा. It will be increased by 4,500, which is 10% of 45,000. तो अगर आपके हस्बैंड की इनकम 5,000 से बढ़ गई हर महीना, so that 5,000 will go towards the increase of the EMI. When you do these two things, Komali, pay one extra EMI every year and increase your EMI by 10%, आपका लोन पीरियड 60% से घट जाता है. 60%. So that means your 9-year remaining loan period will be done in 4 years only. What will you have? You will then have the house, which is great. You will have the car, which is great. You will have a corpus of at least 60 lakhs and growing at 12 to 15% every year, matlab doubling every 4 years. So after 4 years, this 60 lakhs would have become nearly 1.2 crores. And another 4 years, it will be 2.4 crores. And another 4 years, it will be 4.8 crores. And by those time, the 12 years, Rutvik will be 17. He's 5 now. And that means at 17, you will, without any other additional investment, have a house, have 4.8 approximate crores in the bank. And this is assuming आपने कोई भी और extra investment नहीं करी and कहीं से भी additional income नहीं आई. Of course, with the additional income that you will generate, additional income which your husband will generate, you will invest a lot more and you will be far, far more healthier financially as a family than you are right now.
Yeah,
Reactions.
it's very great, and you just simplified, man. and and are really, very thankful, because everyone should have a, say, guru. So right now you are seeming to me like a guru. So thank you so much for your enlightenment. You really, you just simplified things. I thank God to get an opportunity to speak to you.
Thank you. You are very, very kind. You're very, very kind.
Yeah.
I must firstly congratulate you. मुझे बहुत 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 अच्छा लगता है कोमली whenever I see a woman in charge of money, because I'm not saying this just to please you or women in general. मुझे genuinely ऐसा लगता है that women are far better protectors and managers of money. I learned the best money management from my mom. My wife is a far, far better money manager than I will ever be. क्योंकि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि women have innately in themselves the ability to nurture and care for other people, and at times at the expense of their own self. So they treat everything with the same approach, including money. And all of this is beautiful. So I am very, very happy that you take the ownership of managing the money. You are in a much, much better spot. And I love कि you are even considering कि if it makes sense, हम शायद वो घर बेच सकते हैं, उससे हमारे को inflow आएगा and so on. I really did not have to work very hard to give you these suggestions.
I have a question regarding the repayment of car loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said to keep that the 3 lakh, the bulk amount, invested to be invested in some fund, mutual fund. Is this the same thing that happens if I start SIP once I repay the entire car loan, and if I start making a SIP of that same 15K for the next 2.2 years, because the tenure is the 2 years? So I thought it makes a bit more huge amount than the interest we are gonna pay for the next couple of years. So where I went wrong, and please correct me if my thought process where I went wrong. rupees.
Perfect. No, so that is a very, very valid question. So let's try and figure this out by actually doing the numbers. Last के जो 2 साल बचे हैं, उन 2 सालों में आप अपने 3,49,000 आउटस्टैंडिंग कार लोन पर टोटल इंटरेस्ट, टोटल ओवर 2 years पे करेंगी 27,937 रुपीज. अब यही 3,49,000 या आपके पास अभी 3 लाख रुपीज है, अगर वही 3 लाख रुपीज आप निफ्टी 50 में इंडेक्स इन्वेस्ट करती हैं, एंड लेट्स अज्यूम कि वो ऑन एन एवरेज आपको 12% रिटर्न देता है, एंड दैट विल बी फॉर 2 years. तो फर्स्ट ईयर इट विल गिव यू 12%, second year it will give you 12%. So in 2 years, the amount that it would have generated for you will be 3,76,000 rupees. मतलब 2 साल में आप additional 76,000 rupees कमाएंगी. तो आपका इंटरेस्ट कार लोन में गया 27,000, आपने मार्केट से कमाया 76,000. So you made approximate net profit of 50,000 rupees. That is how you have to think. That is why whenever you are trying to prepay a loan, you should try and prepay it as soon as possible. क्योंकि जितना आप लेट पे करेंगे ना, आपका फायदा नहीं, नुकसान हो रहा है. क्योंकि वो अब मोटा मोटा प्रिंसिपल ही पे कर रहे हैं, एंड आप अपने पैसे को अच्छे से बचाकर उसको कहीं इन्वेस्ट करेंगे तो ज्यादा कमा पाएंगे एंड कम बैंक को देंगे.
I really owe you, sir. It's really great time. I don't know how the 1 hour, it's just gone like anything. The 60 minutes, I don't know. It's really, of course, it's a joyful conversation too. I have learned a lot of things. Thank you.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. This was really, really wonderful, Komali, and I'm so, so happy for you. And I wish you the best. And I'm very sure that your entire family will be on stable financial ground very, very soon with someone like you taking charge of the money.
Yeah. And I heartfully wish that this series should continue as long as it is, and I really want you to come back to me after a couple of years to get the status regarding whatever suggestions you made and how extent I applied in the real life and the output.
That's a great idea. I would love that. I would absolutely love that. So we will, after 2 years, go back to all of our conversations and be like, tell us how well you're doing, because we would love to know. We would love to know.
Yes.
That's so good. Lovely. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Komali. All the best with everything. Best wishes to everyone, including you, of course. And again, my congratulations for doing a job so well so far. And being on top of things, you really knew your numbers, you knew what you had to do, you knew what your questions were. बहुत बहुत अच्छा लगा आपसे बात करके. And I really hope that you get onto that financial journey in a way that you want to and take charge of your money.
Thank you so much. And once again, pleasure speaking to you. And I wish you a very good, successful, healthy and joyful life to you and your family members.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All the best, Komali. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
तो ये थी कोमली और उनकी जर्नी. वो बहुत क्लियर थी कि उनके सवाल क्या हैं, वो कौन कौन से डिसीजंस पे मदद चाहती हैं, एंड ये क्लैरिटी बहुत कम लोगों में होती है. इन सब के बावजूद भी उनकी हालत थोड़ी टाइट थी. लेकिन कैसे हमने नेविगेट किया, क्या वो इन सजेशंस को मद्देनजर रखते हुए कुछ करेंगी, हमें नहीं पता. लेकिन कोशिश हमारी यही रहेगी कि हम उनको कुछ दिशाएं दिखाएं जिससे वो चूज कर पाएं कि वो कहाँ जाना चाहते हैं. मनी मैटर्स में अगर आप मेरे साथ शामिल होना चाहते हैं तो पिन कमेंट और डिस्क्रिप्शन पे एक लिंक है, उस पे फॉर्म भरें. एंड अंटिल नेक्स्ट वीक, दिस इज अंकुर वारिकू साइनिंग ऑफ. मेरी नई बुक मेक एपिक मनी इज नाउ अवेलेबल फॉर प्री ऑर्डर. ये एक ऐसी किताब है जिसमें मैंने पैसे के बारे में वो हर एक चीज सिखाने की कोशिश, बताने की कोशिश करी है जो काश मुझे किसी ने बताई होती जब मैं अपनी 20s में था. एक बहुत ऑनेस्ट, बहुत सिंपल और बहुत जरूरी बुक. ऑर्डर करिए Amazon पर.